Hello, beautiful shining stars. Welcome back. Oh my god, I'm so happy. It's been ages since the last video, and I really miss making videos, and I really miss YouTube in general. Well, today I'm back with something new. Today is the first episode of the Ideal Dream podcast. Okay, so let me explain. In my channel, you will have a playlist named Ideal Dream Podcast. There are gonna be all episodes of this podcast there. I did this because I felt like I needed to give those conversations the value they deserve, and I needed a space where to actually just sit and talk, and so I can share with you what I'm learning, experiences, thoughts, or dive more deeply into these topics. And of course, alongside, I'm gonna be posting shorter videos that include lifestyle videos. Anyways, I just wanted to explain that point because it's gonna be like the change. And I just wanted to let you all know that this is a space where you can feel safe, a space where you can believe in yourself, in your dreams, and work towards your best self and build your best life. I hope that wasn't messy, and I hope you all got what I was saying. Anyways, let's get into the first episode's topic. Today, we're having a really special topic that I love talking about, which is dreams. Today, we're talking about how dreams slowly become true and how from dreaming of it, you start living it. I'm so excited. I prepared the whole episode. I have all my ideas, all the things I wanted to talk about, and I am so happy to share all this with you. So, do you know what it means actually a dream? When we're talking about a specific topic, I love to search as a definition for the topic we have. And today, as it is dream, I did my research and here is what I found. A dream is a multi-dimensional concept typically defined in two main ways: as a biological experience during sleep or as a conscious psychological aspiration. The dream is the big beautiful picture in your head. The aspiration is actually the strong desire to actually reach it. This is the transition between just thinking about something and starting wanting to get it or to become it. Okay, so let me dive into the first part of this video. So when I was just a little girl, I had a lot of dreams like all of us, and one of those dreams was to have a YouTube channel. And looking back to my little girl's dreams, like I'm achieving one of them, and this is so good because sometimes we don't really notice that maybe our lives are our past dream lives. Also, another point: be clear on your vision, what you want, what's your dream, how does it look like, how are you going to achieve it? Because the simple way of just thinking of it is not gonna make it a reality. You have to take action. You have to make reasons to make it true. What are your dreams? How do you see your dream self? How do you see your dream life? And I know sometimes we're stuck. We don't know what we really want, and like we just feel lost. And that kind of feeling is okay. You don't have to be clear on everything, but just know what's your purpose of life. Try to figure out what's the difference between now and your dream. And another thing, try to figure out what's the difference between now and your past dream life. And maybe you'll see that there's so much dreams that you achieved, even small goals, and yeah, it's more beautiful than you think of. Because you have to put in mind that a dream is not something that you just think about or just see people doing so you want to do it also. It's not copying, it's just like you get inspired but with no efforts. Because this is actually just imagination. A dream needs work, a dream needs effort. You need to pursue your dream until it becomes a reality. All of this just means you need to take action. If you're ambitious, you have dreams, and you're so creative, but you're lazy, you don't take action, you don't do anything, that doesn't matter. Like, there are people that are gonna do everything instead of you. And you know what? The difference between a successful person and the person who's just dreaming is that the successful one is always working, is taking chances, making efforts, pursuing the dream until to see it, until to become it. So, you see that taking action is the most important part, and even if you fail, first time, second, third, what happened? You're still alive, you still have the chance. Failure is part of success. And know that success doesn't always make noise. Dreams don't become real in one moment. No, dreams are slowly built. You won't see your success the first time. It will be small. You will build it step by step until it becomes something that is seen. This is called the process. This quiet part, which is the process, trust it. Because sometimes it's the best part. And sometimes when we focus on just the results or just the final thing, we forget the beauty of the way to it. We forget the beauty of that process. And sometimes most beautiful moments are there. There's a quote that I love, and I know you all know it, which is trust the process, because it's true. Like, this is the most incredible part of the way. Well, another important part of this video is celebrate your small wins. Some people are always waiting to be successful, to be a famous person, to be someone wow, and then celebrate the big wins and everything. But sometimes small wins that we don't usually notice are incredible. They're so beautiful, and like, you see yourself growing step by step. You see the steps towards that big success. So know how to celebrate your small wins, even with yourself, because at the end it's you. This is your life. This is your success. So celebrate your wins, and your dreams are coming. So why are you so obsessed with the final thing while you can enjoy all the way to it? What about the point of becoming the person? Like, notice step by step, a little by a little, that you're becoming that person. That this person is shaped by the things you do. So, you can become that version in your mind if you're always doing things that that version won't do. Your dream self is in your mind. You know how it exactly looks. So become it by acting like it. You want to become it, do the things that version does. And you'll see how slowly you'll become it. I truly believe that all those dream versions in our minds are us. Because if we could imagine them, it's us. It's deep inside us, and I know we can become all of them. So just believe in yourself. Believe that that version exists already on you, and you can become it. But you can't become it just by thinking of it. Act like it. That's the point. We've talked about taking actions. That's the point of all of this. And you need to understand that you can't get the dream if you don't become the person that deserves it. And if you won't change, you need to be the change. Oh, this is another important point of this video. And I truly believe that you need to hear this because you will doubt. Yes, there's going to be a moment where you will say, is this really what I want? Is this really what I want to do, what I want to be? You'll feel lost. You'll say, I was always thinking about that same thing, and now I just think that. Why? You will doubt. You will think you're wrong. You'll also think to give up and to let everything. But always, I said always, remember for why you started. Remember what was the reason that pushes you to it. I truly believe that some of our dreams really change during time. For example, maybe you had dreams when you were just a little kid, and when you grew up, it changes. That's already okay. That's completely fine. But there are dreams that since the beginning are deep inside us. And no matter what happens, they still. This is the kind of dream that is really made for you. You will pass by this. You will doubt. You will think of giving up. I also a few times thought like, why? Why am I doing this? Is this really what I want? Even if when I started, like, I was the most excited and I was so creative about everything, but one time I had to think like, why am I doing this? Is this really what I want? Am I really gonna get where I want? And then like, I just thought, what if I don't? But then I just remembered how I was so excited starting this, so happy finally achieving a childhood dream. And when you remember the reason you just started, you can't give up. You need to do what you said you'll do. This is just insane that you stop when you're in the middle of the way to this dream. And you'll notice the change. You'll see that quite little parts of your life are changing. And great example, me right now. This is something once I wished for. I wished to be a YouTuber, to stand in front of a camera and talk and have people to follow me. And today it's becoming true. I'm still at the beginning, but I'm working on it. So, even how small it will seem at first, you will always have that gut feeling inside of you that's saying that it's growing, it's becoming. You will have that feeling of, this is what I once wished for. This is what I want. Like, slowly, it's becoming what I've always dreamed of. And you know what dreams becoming true truly mean? It's not the end. Like, for example, you've achieved the dream, one of your biggest dreams. Imagine. And then, what? What happens after this? I used to think that when I realized my dreams, then, like, it would be the end. No, it's not the end. Like, that's a great part to remember, to trust the process, because most of the dream is the process, the way to get it. It's even more beautiful than the dream itself. But then you get the dream and finally you're happy, you have what you want, you're becoming that person. And then what? It's not the end. A dream becoming true is never the end of nothing. And in my opinion, I think that when dreams are becoming true, when you're finally becoming a person you once wished for, you're gonna be something else. Maybe another dream for that person, for a higher version, and it's just the beginning of something new, the beginning of a new chapter. This is life, and dreams are not the end of anything. There's something so beautiful to reach, and they're a really beautiful beginning. That's what I think of. And I don't know if you really get what I was saying, but dreams are really beautiful things. When you think of them, you see that beauty, it's even more beautiful when they become a reality. So, this is the message for today. Remember to always be grateful for your life, for the things you have right now, because this must be your past dream. Never give up. Trust the process, because there is no success without failure, without work, without challenges, and you can't change your life if you don't change. It first starts with you. I'm not telling you become another person, become a completely different person that nobody knows. No, this is just about improving and becoming someone you're proud of. Well, before filming this episode and taking this step to say that this is a podcast and, to take this new adventure, I was really nervous and I didn't know if it was gonna work, but I am proud of myself because I took this step. And I hope you all understand how you can be what you want to be. Because I truly believe that you can't imagine something you can't reach. If you can imagine it and think of it all the time and see it clearly in your head, you can become it. You can have it. You can reach it. Thank you so much, everyone. I've been so happy sharing all this with you all. And this is just the beginning of the Ideal Dream podcast. I hope you enjoyed the first episode. I'll be so happy if you join me. And yes, see you all very soon. I love you all. Take care.